Hello and welcome back to my channel, Keely Talks, and thank you for joining me today. And you've seen the thumbnail and you've seen the title. Today we're going to be talking about Johnny Depp's libel case, and we're going to be just looking at this article here by Sky News. And now it wasn't that long ago that Sky News was doing an article covering Turder that got an extreme amount of hate because he shared it on YouTube. And thousands of Depp supporters went there and showed their dislike for that video. And here we're seeing sorry guys, an article. Many, in fact, as soon as you search Johnny Depp or Turder, that are coming up in Depp's favour. It's like people are starting to see the truth there and starting to see who the true villain is within this case. Because as we have all known, like we have all been researching and doing our own investigating for months on end now, and it's quite clear and easy to see who the true villain is there. And obviously, we've had this big mic drop in a few months ago where I've got a video about it on my channel where the information came to light, unsurprisingly, that she didn't donate a penny to the Children's Hospital, the Los Angeles Children's Hospital, the CHLA, which she pledged to and then claimed that she donated to. There is a video on YouTube. It is an interview of Turder. And in that interview, she clearly states, "I wanted nothing. $7 million was donated to charity, split between," and then she tells you which charity she split between. And in many interviews, she before this, she said that she pledged to donate to the CHLA and the ACLU. Now, a few months ago now, it came to light that Amber Turd didn't donate a penny to the CHLA. The only donation that they received was an initial one that was set out by Depp's team at the beginning of the divorce settlement installments, and it was $100,000. That was the first one that was donated. And then she kicked a fuss up about that they donated it on her behalf out of the divorce money, and said that she would pay it herself because she didn't want Depp to get a tax write-off. So then he did. He paid all the money to her, and then she didn't pay them a dime. In fact, they wrote her a letter thanking her for the donation that she received, $100,000, and asked her, because it had been a while, asked her if she planned to carry on making the donations in her pledge, or is this where it had stopped? And you know what, guys? She couldn't even be bothered to reply. She couldn't even be bothered to reply to them there. Never mind give them any donations, she couldn't be bothered to reply. Now, we've just had the case, we just had this hearing a few days ago. And this hearing was an application to appeal. Basically, this hearing was for Johnny Depp to get a permission, to appeal the trial that happened last year, Depp vs NGN, which Depp lost. But since that case has happened, since that trial happened, we've had all these drops happening, all these things coming to light. Because in that initial trial, as many of you know, Judge Nichols made a big part of his hearing, a big part of his decision, on the fact that Amber Heard donated all her divorce settlement to charity. making her not a gold digger. She isn't a gold digger because she donated her divorce settlement to charity. Now that we found that information to be, we can't say entirely untrue, but at least 50% untrue, because the CHLA didn't receive a penny more off her. This information shows that she perjured herself. And Depp tried to appeal, and it got turned down. And this hearing was for him to get permission to appeal regarding this new information there. And here we have this article here, guys. Johnny Depp's libel case. The key points from Star's application to appeal. You can see what that word says there. I'm not going to repeat it. Ruling. Lawyers for Johnny Depp say he did not receive a fair trial in his legal case over allegations he, again, I'm not going to say that word there, guys, ambitted. Oh, there's our guy. Johnny Depp's libel case has been back in court once again, with the star applying for permission to appeal to the High Court ruling that he, again I'm going to blank out that word, his ex-wife Amber Heard. Depp had sued the Sun publishers NGN newspaper over a 2018 column calling him a wife. Yeah, you can see that word there again. In relation to allegations made by Heard, who gave evidence as a key witness during a high-profile trial in July 2020. In November, the trial judge dismissed the Hollywood actor's claim, saying he found the article to be substantially true. Depp's lawyers have now taken the case to the Court of Appeal, applying for permission to appeal the judge as the star did not receive a fair trial. He was always strenuously denied the allegations. Neither Depp nor Heard were present for the latest hearing, at which details of fresh evidence were heard. Here's what was said in court, and here's what happens next. One of the main points from the hearing was Depp's application to rely on fresh evidence about what happened to Heard's divorce settlement. Following the couple's split in 2016, the actress said she would be donating $7 million to charity, with the money to be divided between the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles and the American Civil Liberties Union. In her witness statement for the 2020 libel For the 2020 libel trial, she said the entire amount of my divorce settlement was donated to charity. The Court of Appeal was told by Depp's barrister Andrew Caldecott QC that settlement means what it says. That statement means what it says. Essentially, that she had not kept a cent herself, and that was clearly now how the trial judge understood it. Depp's team said that so far Heard had only given $100,000 to the hospital and $450,000 to the ACLU. NGN's team put the figures to $950,000 to the ACLU and $850,000 to the hospital, and said she had pledged to give more. And here we have subtitled, "Why does this matter?" Of course this matters, guys. Depp's team argue Heard's claims gave a considerable boost to her credibility as a person and tipped the scales against Mr. Depp from the very beginning. Saying she was donating the entire settlement gave her a potent subliminal message that she wanted Depp to pay but didn't want to keep a dime of his money. It implied revulsion at the way he treated her, he said. The lawyer said it gave Heard a favourable starting point and meant that the trial judge rejected adverse evidence against her. Heard was never questioned on whether or not she donated all of the settlement during the trial, the Court of Appeal was told. Lord Justice Underhill said, "We now know that the truthful answer would have been," but Miss H was never given the opportunity to say, "I have paid a comparatively small sum, but I've made a pledge to both and I will be paying X number over years. Mr. Caldecott argued that Heard had been unequivocal in her claims that all the money had been donated. Adam Wolonsky, representing NGN, told the court that the details of the divorce settlement donation would not have had any impact on the result of the trial. Whether or not Miss H donated these sums was not a pleaded issue, he said. The judge was therefore not required to decide it. Mr. Wolonsky argued that even if the judge had the fresh evidence and decided it did demonstrate that Miss H was a gold digger, that did not mean she had not been, again, I'm not saying that word, guys, by Depp. He also denied that Heard had lied about donating the money, saying there was no dishonesty. The actress said that she donated the money, not that she had paid it. He said, this makes me laugh. Arguing that they are not the same thing. Or if you watched my live the other night, we had a lot of fun on this statement. So basically, when you're saying you donated something, it's not the same thing. Right, guys, guess what? Last week, I donated £500 million to, I don't know, let's say something random, the clouds. I donated £500 million to the clouds. I did, I honestly, please believe me, I really, really did. Anyway, the ACLU understood Heard had pledged to pay over 10 years. That is a donation, Mr. Wolonsky said. Oh gosh. During the trial, the High Court heard details of how the former couple would sometimes tape conversations. Right, let's just stop it. Well, let's just stop it here for now, right? Because I want to talk a bit more about this donation, and then we'll cover the other bit. We'll cover the little bit a little bit later. But as I said, guys, right, in this case, they basically said a pledge is the same as saying that you donated something. Now, the reason why this information is so important to this case, like, it doesn't matter if she paid money or not. What's important is that she's a witness. And in her witness statement, and for many times, she has claimed that she donated all of her money to charity. Not that she just pledged it over 10 years. And saying that you donated is definitely not the same as I am going to donate. Like, you know, a lot of us did learn English in school and can tell the difference between a word that is past tense and the word that is present or going to. I am going to donate is obviously in the future. I donated is past tense. Saying I donated, that isn't saying I promised. It's saying that you donated it. And this is just what is so funny to us. And the fact that everyone's starting to see this now for what it is. Like, NGN's team did a terrible job in this case trying to fight and trying to argue why the application, the appeal, shouldn't happen. And this just goes to the point here where she said she donated money, not that she paid it. I'm sorry, but how are they not the same thing? How are they not the same thing? How is it not the same thing to say that you donate? How can you say that you donated this money, that you wanted nothing? Because basically what she was doing was trying to make people see her in a certain light, in a certain character. But when that all went to, you know, when that all came out now in the wash, it's all coming out into light now. People are seeing what she is for her true colours, and people are starting to know that she isn't this sweet, innocent person who donated all her money to charity. And I'm going to quit here, guys, because I've gone over where I wanted to by about 6 minutes. If you've made it to the end, please leave me a comment and let me know. I'm sorry it's a long one today. But I will be doing more videos soon. Thank you for stopping by. Again, please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And take care, and I'll see you all again soon.